Good evening, everybody. So this is the first stream that we've done in about just over a week. So yeah, I'm not really in a huge mood to work on the spare at the moment. So I decided that I would ask in Discord in the announcements, and I got 2 people immediately that said work on the Hazmat cab. So you know, that doesn't sound like too bad of an ordeal. It's really not the cab that needs work. The cab still needs some minor stuff to change it over to the new chassis and put all of our recent updates onto it. But it's really the cabinets that need the work. Now, because the squad, no, not the squad, the Hazmat second piece for Hazmat 1 is made by Ferrara Fire Apparatus, they have plenty of good images that I can use on their website to do this procedure. So that will help me out tremendously. All right, so let's transition over to Studio, where I was doing some pre-checks. So Will started this project, but this is just not a good setup at all for this truck. This is going straight based off of the template. There's gapping issues. It's overlap. It's not good. So we're going to start it from the ground up. Who else hates 2020? I'd say that like everybody else in this chat could agree with you on that. Alright, so what I'm doing in order to keep the back aligned with the front cab that I already have, I'm going to take a piece off of the back diamond plating section here. And the first thing that I have to do is do the spacing between the cab and the actual, I guess in this case it would be the body, so. It is quite a good amount of spacing. I'd say maybe 0.1 to 1.5. I think that one is going to be better. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this and then bring the next part over to connect to the side of it. And then here is our spacer between the cab and the body. Usually I just try and keep it black because I don't want to put a large, like a complete gap between the truck. I just want to make it look connected still. So I've done this quite a lot on the majority of the fire apparatus. So what I'll do is I'll bring it towards the center and then bring it down slightly. So that way it still looks like that. Alright, so, and I'm actually missing some lighting on the front cab. I'm looking at these images now. There's supposed to be some smaller lights down here. Then obviously I'll be missing all of the ones from the rear. And they're using more modern style lighting. They're using more of like that M9 shape, where it's kind of rounded off instead of the block that I have here. I don't know if I'm going to be making it that accurately. But I don't know. I might be able to use something like this on the ambulance. Yeah, even here, I just bailed on the M9s. Because I don't want to use a mesh, because the mesh light bars have been something that I've been avoiding for a lot of them. This is only very rare occasions that I do it, like for the SLRs. Try and use as little mesh as possible on these trucks. How was my day? It was slow, but still okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is use the template as a reference here. And I'm not going to go fully off the template. So already, because I've spaced out the cab so much, this is saying that I should be having the cab pushed forward a bit. And not exactly. If I did it that far, it wouldn't be right. This is the Ultra front. That's Ferrara. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that template back to where it originally was. So that's going to be my cab reference. And then this next one is going to be the body reference. So now I'm just going to put that into place there. First thing is first. First is we have a metal piece, which we're probably going to make as small as possible. Actually, I'm going to group all of this and build it inside of a model in case I need to move it around. So I need a sort of front view. Let's see here. Open image in the new tab. Is that all diamond plating throughout the center? Yes, it is. Cool. That's going to be very helpful. Are the wheels custom? Yes, yes they are. Poke, how many screens am I running? I'm running 2. I've got my upper screen, which is a TV, and then my lower screen, which is my wide monitor. It gives me a lot more visibility when using Roblox Studio because then it will display more of the workspace. Alright, I'm going to get a bit more organized here so I don't have to flip back and forth between Google windows. So Ottawa emergency buff wants to see the wheels. So yeah, I did these all from scratch, including the alternate versions, which you can see over here, which I also used on the rescue company. Alright, so I don't think this is... Oh yeah, okay. This is definitely not tall enough either. These darn template makers need to stop being inaccurate. Because then that's more work that I have to do. So the template shows it going up to a height here. But in reality, it actually goes up to more... Oh wait, did I drag that? I need to scale it. Okay, so it only shows up going to here. In reality, it goes up approximately like 1 to 1.5 studs over the roof. So it would be more there. How long does it take to make a fire truck? That depends on, yeah, it depends on how much time you actually sit down and do it. When it comes to me doing these on the streams, it takes me a lot longer than if I were to just sit down for a day and just fully work on fire trucks. When it comes to the KME cab over here, I did a majority of it in less than an hour. And I was like speed running that fire truck. I was like, how am I working on this that quickly? And then it started to slow down when I got to some of the more intricate details. And then it got to a point where I was like, I really don't want to work on this anymore. So I just kind of started copying and pasting from Seagraves over there instead of trying to custom make everything to get some better stuff. But yeah. The templates become really weird, like once I saw Rescue the... Yeah, if you go on DeviantArt, they just throw different templates together to make weird trucks. It's not the greatest. Alright, let's take a look at how Will did this. Yeah, he just went straight off the template. Alright, so this is going to be smooth plastic. I'm going to copy my red over there, so I can get the specific RGB. Since we used the custom red that I took by using one of the pictures that I took of ladder 4 and trying to find the average color of the red in the image, and basically came up with the current color pattern that we have for our trucks. The only thing I'm not really a fan of is the dimmer white on the cab. I asked a while ago, I did a vote on if we should, when I was reworking the squad's colors originally, I did a vote on if we should change this to the brighter white again. And a lot of people said no. So it would look more like that. Which I'd say for like a newer apparatus, sort of like this one, it might be better off like that. But a lot of people still like the dimmer white. So that's what we're sticking with. Can you link the paid access game? Well, the group link is inside of the description, and the game link is right on the group page, so you can easily find it that way. Alright, so essentially this top part is a larger scale, and there's also a red spacing between where this black stripe is here, which is like the rubber bumper part, whatever that is. A lot of the FDNY trucks have it, like especially the boxy ones, like rescues and special units. Yep. Okay, so here is the deal. Down here, it's only the black stripe. So how tall are we going here? 0.3? Alright, I think that might be a good measurement. Alright. And this could use some widening on the rear between the compartments. So we will take a note of that. We're going to just use this template as kind of a reference, but we're not going to go exactly based off of it because of the setup on this template is not correct. Yeah, even this upper compartment here should be wider. Yeah. Yeah, this is way too close to the wheel well. So we're going to have to make a lot of adjustments from this template, but this template is going to be very helpful as a beginner base. Also, Poke, I don't know if you Roblox let you, but the back wheel is gray and the front is red like? What? Poke, where do you get your templates? DeviantArt. Yeah, the wide poke meme from the Discord earlier is absolutely fantastic. So we were playing the wide Putin song. What is it? Song for Denise or something along those lines. I'm not sure the actual pronunciation of the title. So that came on, and then everybody's like, "Oh, wide poke." So then I go over into Studio and put in my character and then widen it and then make that. So now there's probably going to be like an Easter egg or something like that in the game somewhere. Wide poke. And man, oh yes, I did see my DMs. I just can't really do anything about it right now until the stream's done. Alright, so this will become the frame. What kind of... I don't know why he used white. Why? It's like a shiny metallic color. It's like chrome. It should be more like this. So I'll just go with that sort of style. Alright, I'm liking that compartment width. I'd say that we will continue with the 4.8 studs there. Do I want to make a union box? Probably. So in that case, let's go all the way up. I don't think I'm going to be doing that little like that kind of part that sticks out at the top. I think I'm just going to do a solid box. Alright, so let's subtract 0.15 from all sides. And that would be our negative block. Negative block. My English is very good. I see an error poke. Do continue. I always like suggestions on how to make these look better. What do you search for on DeviantArt? There's a bunch of things to search on. You can search FDNY, you can search FDNY design or something along those lines. Right, so it's not the same height, it's not the same width as the height is of the rubber part on the bottom. So in that case, then I'll probably go with the 0.2 value. Yeah, that would be better. And then it will downsize to like 1.5 on the lower section where the wheel well kind of extends beyond the compartment there. Alright, so the width appears to be the same of the upper compartment, so I think that I'm going to use that as reference point. Actually, no. What I will do is let me take all of these and then essentially go over here and do both compartments at the same time. Righty then. Would you mind being my mentor? Well, that's kind of the purpose of these streams, is that you get to see how I do things, and a lot of people like to use that as a reference to try and figure out how to do something that they're stuck on. I've heard that from a lot of people, which is why I don't work on the Seagrave Spare out of the streams, because you guys have been really, really supportive of me doing them completely on stream, because that will help everybody as a reference for their own purposes. So you can see the type of techniques and approaches that I do and some of the mistakes that I make on stream, so you all can use that as a learning experience in making fire trucks. Or even just development in general. And I'm not the best developer. I'm not the greatest. A lot of people say I am, but compared to some of these other Compared to some of these other groups out there, I'm not the greatest. But I do try and improve. And that's what's important. That trying to build something and then work on it and improve it over time really makes all the difference. Alright, so now we get to diamond plating down here. Let's go right up to the compartment, and ooh, it goes on both sides. Symmetry, yay! It's so much better when these fire trucks are designed with symmetry. Except the wheel is off center on this part, so it should be shifted forward like that is now. That's not very symmetry of you. Alright, so do I want to go forward on both sides a bit more or leave it as is? Nope. Keep it wide. Cool. I guess for now, instead of doing the unions, I'm just going to kind of design the base as we go along and then simplify it much like I did with the Squad 18 second piece. Which is quite interesting because I'm talking about the Squad 18 second piece and how I built that while trying to build the Hazmat 1 second piece. It all comes together with the second piece trucks. I have this FDNY coupe, his rigs just look way too similar to mine that I don't know if it's stolen or not. That's the problem. Because like some of the specs and the designs that he has, like I know that he watches my videos, but it gets to a point where it's like crazy. So like the most important part is to try and be original so that that type of situation doesn't happen. Put your own flair into your building. Alright. Wait, is that rear compartment wider? Are they throwing in all different size compartments on me? Why can they not be consistent? Darn it. Alright, so I'm going to have to do some reworking on what I just did. That's fine. No big deal. Everything is okay. Simple solutions going to be... Okay, so that rear compartment. Alright, so this one's slightly wide. This one's skinny. This one in the middle. I feel like this is not the right dimensions for it where it is now. We'll have to go over that. Unless maybe it's just height. Because the top part is above that. Yeah, no, that's correct. Alright, so I want... Maybe if I copy this image into paint.net and try and measure it using pixels. Cookie, the answer to that question is not at this time. Alright, first one is 156. Alright, 156. The second one is 145. The third one is 167. And the fourth one is 159. Alright, 156. The second one is 145. The third one is 167. And the fourth one is 159. Alright, 156. The second one is 145. The third one. Alright, so I just kind of played the stream back to myself to get those measurements, and that was helpful. Alright, so the widest compartment is the rear one. Wait, no. No. According to this, the widest compartment is the center above the wheel well. According to this method. Yeah, that seems to be consistent. It's just so weird. That looks way off. Definitely need to look into that. Okay. And then the third widest one is the first compartment, and then the narrowest one, I guess we're going to call it, is the second. Yeah, thank you, Rem, for sending me that image. He's sending me a picture of the Hazmat second piece. Yeah, definitely the back is the widest. That's pretty obvious. It's just trying to determine what the measurements would be for the other three. Of course, we're talking a lot about wide after the whole wide poke thing. Kind of ironic. Let me look at a different angle of the truck, and let's make these determinations. All right, first one, 166. Second one, 158. Third one, 184. Final one, 178. Alright, so we have some consistency here. There is consistency. So the one above the wheel well is the widest compartment. Like, if you don't have the height, then you add the width. That's clearly what they did with that compartment design. Alright, so we're going to take note of that. I'd say that the easiest thing to do would probably be to design the last compartment first. It's about one wheel. Maybe 1 1/3 of a wheel. I'm kind of using the wheel as a reference here. I just don't want this to be too wide. So let's see. Autosave, come on, any day now. Alright. Pretty much in line with that center piece, the edge of it there. And then this will go all the way out to there. 0.15, go back. And there we go. This one will meet it, but will be slightly longer. Actually, let me check the last one. Did we go with an even measurement? 10, 7.1, and 5.5. That's fine. Perfect. So then I'm going to add a little bit. Let's go 5.5. That would be another 0.1. I guess. Alright, so 0.15. And boom. Righty then. Yeah, definitely a huge reduction of length in terms of the first compartment. So now that I'm comparing it to the wheel size, you can definitely see that in paint.net. I think that might be the correct width. Right? Kind of partially into that first partially inside the inner piece of the wheel. Yes. Okay. Next will be the compartment next to it, which will definitely be smaller. Oh my god, doesn't even come close. Wow. Huge huge difference. By the way, to the people in the FDNY Academy currently, I'm hosting a session at 1 o'clock tomorrow for the candidates that are currently in the group. Whether it will be a session 1 or session 2, I don't know yet. That will depend on how many people of the session 1 who need session 1 or who need session 2 are going. If the majority of people who are going are session 1 in need, then I'll have a session 1. But if the majority of them are session 2, then I'll do the first session 2 of the academy. I will take a look at that after the stream tonight. Alrighty then, let's take this template away and see what the current status of this is at. Yeah, that is very nice. That is very, very nice. Okay, good. Good. You can see the different sizes of the compartments because they're very inconsistent in real life. I guess they have their reasons depending on what type of equipment is in which I do have some videos of, so I might be able to do the shelvings on inside these compartments either later today or if I do another one of these streams or on my own time. We'll see. Alright, these roll-up doors, I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. I think I'm going to use a texture instead of doing my part method. Another autosave. Alright. Now, I would say something about Roblox not working, but if I do, then it will actually not work. So I would say something about it like, oh, I'm surprised that it actually stayed, and then what's going to happen next time is it's going to disconnect. So I'm going to refrain from doing that because that will not be fun for me. Alright, so for now, I think I'm going to use a single part just for the moment. To fill in that area. Plenty more details to be added as we go along, including the stripes. The stripes are going to be fun. Not really, because then I have to do an angled stripe and then also do the texture cutout for the FDNY up there on that compartment. So, great. By the way, Brian is now poor sent a suggestion in the development Discord to add proper mud flaps to these trucks. So that's what I was working on earlier today. So now we got some better mud flaps on these fire trucks. And I'm going to be implementing them onto the rest when I get the chance. So lots more detail in that. Especially now that they're rounded off on the trucks that actually had them before. They're rounded off and more accurate. Still got to add them to all these engines and the squad. And then everything else over here. All these varieties of Seagrave cab. Eventually I'll redo it. Eventually. The Seagrave cab needs a lot of updating, but I just don't have the time nor the true need right now to redo the whole thing. So it's not going to be worth it, even though I'll make a way better looking version moving forward. Alrighty. I think I have Hazmat 1's patch on my computer. I'll have to look for that, because then I can use that patch as a scaling reference for this top section. The text is going to be really nice when I get that gold leaf material with the blue outline. Once I get that done, that's going to be really nice. So really just, this is the basic design. You always start with simple. This is the basic design. We've got our compartment set up, the width and height and all that, where we're going to place our base colors. So really all you need to start out with. We don't care that the wheel is going through this block right now. The truck will drive as long as the collisions on this block are turned off right now. Except the fact that I haven't fully changed the chassis over to a chassis. That's something that needs to happen on this truck too. But yeah, essentially this is the base design that we need for this truck. Doing good so far. Let's continue. Why am I getting so many pings? Why am I getting so many pings in Discord? Rem is sending me references, so that's good. That I can use. Although I do have a lot of pictures in IRO NYC pics and the Ferraro website. The Ferraro website ones are the most helpful. It's just a bunch of angles of the fire trucks. Alright, so I'm going to leave you guys in the chat for a second to keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to take a pause here on the studio to search through my computer and see if I have the Hazmat 1 patch. I think I have a digital file on here. I don't know. I might just have Hazmat Battalion or the... And I have a handmade one of the Rescue Services emblem for Hazmat 1 that I made. When I made Rescue 1s, I made all of the other rescues and Hazmat 1. Alright, so Roblox stuff. I think it's in customs, FDNY logos and patches. Alright, so ladder. We have engine 1, ladders. We have engine 1, engine 7. The sock logo. That's going to be helpful, actually. I need that one. That one needs to go on the second piece. I have the communications, Fireboat 343, rescue. Ooh, here it is. Yeah, okay. It's not the exact version that they use on the side of their truck, but it will work. And then eventually we'll put together some digital version of it. I would really like to have like a digital art team, somebody who's like really good with doing graphic designs, who can replicate the patches. I know Emerge NYC has a team that does that. And that's what they've been doing for the Brooklyn stuff. Ah, camera, calm down. Alright, just as long as it has transparency, and it does. That's nice. Alright, so let's take a look here. And looks like I have to widen everything by 0.1. Dang nabbit. I'll get the compartments later. Because that's all unions that I have to mess with and separate and then resize and do all that happy stuff that I don't really want to do at this present second. Okay, so that is all there. Perfect. That's in line now. I do have to fix the logo. There we go. Alright, as I was. First thing to do is to do the bumper part. Now, just for my reference sake, how did I do it here? 0.2, 0.15, okay. I went small. Yeah, and they're not that tall on the second piece. Okay. At least for the squads version. So this one is going to be 0.3 that way and 0.15 that way. That's fine. Absolutely perfect. And then this is going to cover up the top part of the red. There we go. Oh, wait, no. That looks way too wide. It might actually be closer than I thought. It might be another 0.3. Yeah, that I'd say that might be the way to go. Alright, another autosave. Complete. Oh, Ferrara. So much design. Probably one of the easier ones to do, though. Alright, so let's get a general idea for how much space that we have here. Let me do my pixel measurement again, because that seemed to help for the compartments. Except this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it for the height of these angled portions. This is around 8 to 7, and this bottom one is around also 8 to 7. So they're the same height. So none of this goofy scaling down nonsense there. And then this will be all of the working room that we have. which I'm not really fond of. I don't think that is enough. I'm getting pings from everywhere as soon as I start streaming. Why? Why? Alright, so if we're going to say that that is 7 studs, okay, and then if I go from the top of the truck to the top of the box, that is 35 studs. Oh, no, not 30. 35 pixels. 35 pixels. Alright, so if I go from 7 to 35, you get approximately 5 sevens. So that'd be like if I stacked 5 of these on top of each other. Let's make a lighter color so that way it's easier to look for gaps. So we get the right measurement. So in reality, our box is going to achieve a height of any day now. Autosave. Our box is going to achieve a height around there. That is a large, large difference from those 2 points. So that would be around approximately that point. And I think that might allow us to keep this at the same scale that it is. Approximately. Yeah. The only thing that I might do is possibly, I don't know. You know what? No, because if I even it out, then this won't be even out. What is it, 10.45? Alright, fine. You know what? Let's do that. Get it to a nice even Roblox measurement, because that makes my life a lot easier. Boom. Alright, cool. That will be resized accordingly. Very small takedown lights on this truck as well. Not like the long ones that the rescues have. These ones are much smaller. Making those is going to be slightly difficult. I want to do the more rounded frame, but I don't think I actually will. I don't have that Hazmat operations logo on the rear. That's interesting. It's essentially the SoC logo, but Hazmat edition. Alright, truck is coming along. We are an hour and 14 minutes into the stream. I really hope that I get to see a Ferrara Ultra cab at the next Fireman's Convention. I really do. Such a beautiful truck. If only more areas in cities nearby would order them. It's such a badass truck. The Ultra cab. Just as long as you gotta paint it right too, because you can't put like ugly colors on it. It's either red and white or red and black or yellow and black. You can't do the yellow and white. If you do the yellow and white with an Ultra cab, then you kind of ruin it. There we go. Now that's centered. Centered vertically. with some quick mathematical calculations of finding the midpoint. You know, with the school year coming up, should I do like educational type of videos? Just to help everybody get started. Even like Google Classroom tutorials. Or just some stupid shit like that. So everybody can send it to their teachers when they have no idea what they're doing. Although the only problem is that my usual editor for videos is not currently working on my computer. Otherwise, I would probably have made a compilation of the development over the last 2 years as a special for SoNY, since SoNY is turning 2 years old. So that's a bit of a slowdown for me. Also, I found out today that I don't actually know my schedule for the school year until the 30th of August. It's kind of bullshit. Or no, not the 30th, the 31st of August. Hazmat 1 second piece, not Hazmat 1. Hazmat 1 is the rescue truck. That is going to be an absolute beast when that's done. You think Rescue 1 is nice? Just wait till that's done. It's going to be insane. The main truck with the walk-in from the sides, too. It's not even just a walk-in from the rear. They have doors on the sides. Like, what the heck? And you can fit a crew of 4, I believe, in there while you're riding. And then the other 2 from your 6-man crew would be driving this. And the good news is that there's actually some compartment demonstrations that I can go off of to do the interior for these bodies. Just not a lot of that inside part of Hazmat, the main Hazmat 1. It's just more of the shelving. Alright, what else to do for now? Whoa, I just went over to the wrong truck. Yay, the cylinder is actually facing the correct direction. I don't have to rotate it. That's the best moment. Alright, so I'm going to turn on the transparency of the diamond plating behind there for now. And then I will center the wheels once this is done. And I think we're getting close to the end of the stream for today, since we got a decent amount of work done. There will be more. I always thought that the front two flashing red lights, like these ones, were synced. Not usually. I think they kind of alternate their speeds every so often, but I just have them at a more continuous setting. I could change that if I really wanted to. But then I would have to mess with the wigwag scripts as well, since that's all on the same thing. Another Fire Academy stream would be nice. I agree, but the problem is that the Fire Academy is just, in my opinion, it's just boring in terms of the building and all that. Especially because I've tasked that with more for the probationary developers because it is an intensive building project that I really want to see how effectively they can work on that on their own. And I think it would be much better for the academy is that majority of the probationary developers are enrolled or going to enroll in the Fire Academy because they want to be a part of the FDNY. So I think that would be a great experience for them as the candidates to be able to design and build their own Fire Academy. I just think that that's a really cool thing that they have the ability to do. And my focus has been on doing the map, doing apparatus and truck updates, and other vehicles and scripts like that. Jamie's actually working on something very exciting. I can't give you too much details about that yet. He wants me to keep it as a surprise, but it's going to be pretty fun once he gets all of those updates situated. But he's working on a big update. He's working on a big update. Poke, can you do a video regarding keybinds? I don't know keybinds. Unless you're talking about like vehicle keybinds, like just using GUIs and clicking the button, that's easy. But like the type of keybinds that Jamie's doing with the GUI that pops up when you get close to a block, that I don't know about. Actually, no. That's why I had this block. That one needs to be extended. This one needs to be duplicated, and both of these get union together to form the negative part that cuts out the wheel well. Alright, black for the color. And smooth plastic. So Poke, how was your birthday? It was not overly exciting, but still a fun time. I didn't really do much. Kind of sat around, just spent some time with my sister and my cousin. We played a lot of one of the tycoon games on Roblox, just because I was kind of bored and had nothing else to do. Because I didn't want to develop. That's like my day off, my birthday, so I didn't really want to do any type of development, so I didn't. So I got bored and just kind of worked on Gas Station Tycoon, or whatever the name of that game is. It gets really boring because right now my gas station in that game is very self-sufficient, so I really have nothing to do once I play that game, so I'm just AFK farming. Not really that exciting once I get to the point that I'm at now. Alright, so we have 128.45. Minus 128.65. That's a difference of 0.2. I don't even have to press enter in the calculator to do that. And boom, now the wheels are where they need to be. Poke doesn't have stream donations. If you want to donate, you could purchase his shirts from the group, or... yeah. I don't have stream donations. I don't think YouTube will let me do that unless I get to a certain subscriber rank, where I have like monetization enabled and all that. Although I think we are getting close. I don't know if they changed it, but I think it's 1,000 subs with 10,000 views a month. I don't know what the exact requirements are. I'll have to take a look at that. Because we are getting close to 1,000 subscribers, and I really thank you guys for all that support, and I'm really excited for when we hit that point, because it's such a huge milestone. Poke, you can use Streamlabs. Yeah, I've heard a lot about that. A lot of people use that. The only problem is I don't need all of the fancy stuff like that, because that's more for like Twitch users. It's like all the donation stuff and all that. That's more I've seen in Twitch than I have on YouTube. We have what, 70,000 views approximately, and we got like 10,000 within the month of August. I'd say like approximately 10,000. So we're just about at that point. I think it's the Social Blade partner program that I'm looking at that has those requirements. Just to be able to get some funding, at least just a little bit from YouTube that I can put back into the channel, would be huge. It would make such a huge difference. Are the Fire Academy applications still out? Negative, they are not. They're not currently until this current class graduates. And the current class is in the academy right now taking their sessions, their trainings. And once they get to the point where they're graduating, then I'll open apps again. And all that information will be very broadly announced in our Discord, in the SoNY main Discord. Just remember that you have to be a citizen in order to apply for any department. And well, it's not a citizen, it's actually called the resident, but it was called citizen. Anyway, you have to be a resident in order to apply into any department. The resident test is extremely easy. It's just basic road and knowledge just about that. So, like, one of the questions is, what side of the road do you drive on? It's in the U.S. It's pretty obvious. So, it's just testing you to see if you can actually read and answer a very basic question. So if you have a hard time doing that test, then I don't think you'll be able to make it into the any of the departments. Righty then. So we're at a good spot with this truck. Let's get this piece over here. Wait, does that extend? Does that actually extend into the... No, it doesn't. It doesn't even go past the red here. It stays underneath these compartments. And then it just connects to the edges. Right there. Poke, you're technically an engineer now. Sort of. One of the things that I just wanted to do is to be able to make video games. Like, that's the only thing that I've wanted to do for a long time. And to be able to do that here in Roblox, where I can do the scripting and the building at the same time, and making the textures and designs and the graphics and all that, it's stressful, but it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time, that I can now finally do. And this game, the work that I put in for 2 years for this game has been insane. And there's been times where I haven't been into it, and there's been times when I've thought about quitting, and there's been times when I've been told that I shouldn't work on this project and that it's not worth it. Here I am 2 years later still working on the project. Poke, is FDNY going to have boats in the game just to run people over in the water? Not that anyone would. Yeah, we have boats. We have boats, actually. They're not in this team crate. They're in the other one. So I can't show them to you right now. And then I'll do the text between the streams and put them up here. I'll put all the text that needs to go on this truck up there. Like the gold leaf with the blue outline text that I was talking about earlier. Here's another thing too. Let's adjust this door. This is some old truck, so it's not going to be the greatest in terms of how I did this design. I was working on this truck when MBL was singing Country Roads in the SoNY General VC. Screaming it. Yep, there's the old colors. Ugly. The ugly old colors. The good news is that these unions aren't actually set up as bad as I thought they would be. See how much the different shade of red? See how much difference that makes? Compared to this. So this is not an HMTU truck. There's a difference between Hazmat 1 second piece and the HMTU truck, and I'm going to make this Hazmat 1 second piece. So because it's Hazmat 1 second piece, we don't need the rear number on this door. Yeah, when I do all the textures and everything else that goes on here, it's going to be very, very nice. Let's see, what color did I use? I think I just went straight up institutional white. Yeah. I think that's the case, where I did white and pearl. I'm not going to lie, the Hazmat 1 second piece looks better than actual Hazmat 1. I agree. And Hazmat 1 has actually been a long-term Ferrara in the fleet. So that it's interesting, because that's like Rescue Company was a Pierce. Rescue 1 was a Pierce for a while. And before that was what? Their Freightliner? The old Freightliner? Which is now like Rescue 6. The Spirit of Oklahoma. I feel like that's way too bright for that white. It needs to be more of like a gray. Or no. No. You know what? No. What the problem is here is the outer compartments. Alright, so now I see why Will used those bright colors. But they're just way too... They're not the good ones. Maybe do some pearl, add a little bit of reflectance. Yeah, that's much better. And maybe we should do matching color. But no reflectance. So then you get that outline. Now temporarily, just to get an idea of what this is going to look like. Let's set up our lines. How's that looking? Maybe a little bit of transparency on that texture. Yeah, there we go. I like that. Boom. All right. Something along those lines. We'll try and find some more optimal colors for that later. Probably off the stream. I think though for now, this will do. For now, we're off to a very, very good start. And once we get all the roof decorations, like the what is that? The AC box. There's some sort of like ventilation or something up there. It's typically an AC. And here's an interesting thing that they have on the roof that I've noticed is a light tower that they have up there. That's what that looks like. It's one of those rising light towers that's folded across the top of the roof. And then our typical SLR pods, which I have the brand new ones that I'm going to be putting on this truck. For the first time, these are going to be put on an actual fire truck instead of the squad second piece. So these new light bars that I designed are much better than the originals, as you can see. Another autosave. Is there plans to have New York National Guard? Why do people want National Guard? You have all these other police departments to enforce law and order. Poke, if you can put working windshield wipers. That'd be so weird. Working windshield wipers? Speaking of windshield wipers, I used to have those on these trucks, but I haven't put them on any other ones. Maybe I should start doing that again. So, there's no current plans to add New York National Guard, but it is highly requested, so it is possible that will come in the future. Alright, so I think I'm going to end the stream here. We are at 1 hour and 46 minutes. It's going to be relatively short today. But I think that I'm going to need some more planning time to find out what we're going to do with the rest of the truck setup. And just have a better idea going into the stream of what I'm going to do for that stream. But so far, this is looking much better than the work that we have over here from before. So that means that because we're pretty much past this point, that I can get rid of all of that. And we're going to work with this. Yeah, we would need a weather cycle for windshield wipers. I agree with that. Alright, so if you have any questions, the Discord is always open to any community questions. We have a channel for it in the main SoNY Discord that you can ask your questions in for the game. And if you would like to leave suggestions, we have a development Discord. You can find the link to that Discord off of the main one or in the game if you click in the top right corner. You can add suggestions for the game and for the fire apparatus that we have and everything else that is related to SoNY. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to help support us as we're almost at our goal of 1,000 subscribers. And that is all for the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Okay, bye.